If you haven't failed in life, you haven't lived. Because failure tells us that we've taken a risk, that we're still challenging our own limitations. It's only when you cross the boundary of your comfort zone that you begin to open the lid of who you are and rid your life of the box that everyone tells you to think outside. And history favors the risk takers. Only those who risk going too far can find out how far we can actually go. You'll never read about anyone throughout history who successfully inspired change because they followed the crowd, because they played it safe, because they cared too much about what other people thought of them. Remember that your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. It's only when you jump blindly from your nest that you can experience the act of flying. You just have to be willing to spread your wings and trust that you were meant to soar to heights you never thought possible from the comfort of your fear. Don't allow the things that scare you to keep you grounded. Instead, become like the Wright brothers after their first crash and be willing to collide into the dirt, to turn the toughest moments of your life into the burst of wind you need to get you airborne so that one day you can see what the bottom looks like from the clouds. And know that just because your eyes can't see past the horizon, it doesn't mean that your world ends at the sunset. They won't teach you this in school. You can't sign up for Failure 101, only audit and observe, so when you graduate, you can navigate the real world, the place where 99% of the things you will experience aren't taught, the place where you will find that the rules and lessons you learned in school don't apply, because in school, the most successful students are the people who make the fewest mistakes. But in life, the most successful professionals are the people who learn to turn mistakes into masterpieces, artists who have discovered that you can't really figure out how something works until you break it apart. And they'll probably call you crazy for your beliefs. But that's what passion inspires. It inspires the outrageous, the wild, and it turns the impossible into the incredible, like cell phones and spaceships, or sharing parts of yourself with complete strangers, and in the process, becoming friends. That's what happens when you take risks. Sometimes you create amazing things that change the way we live, but often we fail. You have to, because mistakes are part of the learning process. Success and failure, they hold hands. You just have to be willing to jump off the deep end, because pearls don't lie on the seashore. If you want one, you have to dive to the bottom of the ocean and take it. It's only when you dig deep that you can plant the seeds that will grow into something beautiful and will guarantee that when you wake up in the morning, you still feel alive. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter where you finish. What matters most is what you do in between. The steps you took to get to wherever you are now and the times you got back up after you fell. So dust yourself off. Start chasing your dreams and start living a life that will leave you with a smile on your face and a strong heartbeat in your chest. And start that life today. Start by taking a risk. Start by learning from your failures and start to appreciate the scars you have that remind you that you lived a life worth living.